Hello everybody, it is me, the Gungeon, and today we'll be playing some Sactionary. Adam Rush was not able to join us, but instead we do have our dear old pal, Structor.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we're still stuck on this boss. That sodden folk. And we're gonna be, hopefully beating him today.
Yeah. I've seen worse, like, all of Cave Story hard mode.
Well, I mean...
You literally get 3 health until you get to Plantation, and you get 8.
Yeah, and hopefully you get to see
But
some of that.
that's still a good... Sorry.
Hopefully you'll get to see some Cave Story hard mode soon, you know? You guys might have a fun time laughing at his death.
Hopefully I'll play hard mode once I'm good at it. I've gotten to core, but I'm not past core yet. I haven't really practiced too much.
For the people who don't know, core is one of the easier bosses in the game. Right.
Not in hard mode, it ain't. Thankfully, in hard mode, some of the harder bosses actually become easier because you practice them so much in normal mode. Say, for example, I won't actually say what it is, but a certain boss that you get that throws blocks becomes a heck of a lot easier and later on, because even in hard mode, because you basically have to take no hits at all in order to defeat it in normal mode, because the hits do so much damage.
Yeah.
So that makes it a heck of a lot easier in hard mode.
Yeah, and congratulations guys, we're not gonna be stuck here for another hour watching me kill the Sodden Knight, unlike the other attempts.
That's good.
So, yeah, you guys can actually see some more of the game. And so can I. This is my, second character, and I haven't gotten past the Sodden Knight. It's a bloody nightmare. So, Structor.
Yeah.
What do you think about the, attack delay? Which you can sorta see.
It'll definitely feel different than I see. I'll probably want to choose one of the faster classes to get rid of that.
But you do do a lot less damage.
Yeah, but still, I'm not a big fan of delay. Like, I actually have a television that has a lot of delay in it, and you can definitely notice the difference. It makes most any 2D game is unplayable on it.
Whoa.
Until you change it into game mode. Which thankfully it's there. Even Halo is really wonky on it.
Well, I mean, Halo's a... I'm not going to crap on Halo. It's, I can see its appeal. It's likable for what it is. But it wasn't the best optimized game there is.
It's not the best FPS out there. That would be Half-Life 2, of course.
Well, in our honest opinions.
Yeah, and mine, of course.
Well,
do you actually like episode 2 or 1 better?
I prefer episode 2. It's a lot
better
more...
than the original?
To a degree.
Half-Life 2?
Half-Life
Alright.
2 episode 2 is really, really fun. I enjoy it. And it's also really interesting, to say the least. I should actually probably read what that guy is saying, but I mean, I won't.
Oh, well.
We have a recording of it, and we can fall back to it, if all else falls.
Yeah, thankfully. We're also going to, hopefully have that platypus cheating run come out soon.
Yeah.
I actually recorded the video already. It's about 50 minutes long for the entire game, which, again, that's not very long for a game. But yeah, that's just one of the appeals of platypus. It's not that long of a game.
but it was very cheaty. Cheaty.
Yes, it's a bit longer if you don't cheat, of course. I'm decent at that game. I mean, I'm better than anybody else I know at it. For those of you who don't know, it's a 2D shooter. Sort of similar to like Raiden or Thunder Force would probably be the closest example to Platypus. It's also a claymation game, which now claymation games, a lot of people say they look ugly, but Platypus is absolutely beautiful. It's certain that the creator definitely spent a lot of time on it. And basically all the other claymation games do look terrible, so maybe it is a good stereotype, or that claymation games are mostly ugly. But still, they can't do good things with them.
Yeah. And a few things which at least I hope to get out soonish is maybe a little bit of Half-Life in the near future. Hopefully by now we have released the first episode of Half-Life.
Recording without me,
Oh, there's Adam!
Yay!
Yes.
So yeah,
He has come to the stream.
yeah, we thought you'd be a lot longer, so we're
Started doing a little Salt and Sanctuary. We're doing another episode, and we were able to get past that sodden night.
yeah, he is buggered. And so,
Also, I have material. As a aside, I have some material for my game review this month.
when will that be?
Probably. What day is it today? Probably I want to say sometime next month, because I have to beat the game before I review it, and I'm playing Shadows of Mordor, which you'll have to review with me.
Yeah,
Because then there's a PS4 to that.
yeah.
I might actually need to record some footage because I actually have a capture device for composite. Even
Ooh.
though it might seem pretty old-fashioned, like composite around, like seriously, but sadly HDMI capture cards are fairly expensive.
So yeah,
Are they? I didn't know that.
they're really
Yes,
expensive.
capture devices are quite expensive.
Interesting.
A heck of a lot more expensive than the VCR, I might add.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna power through a little bit more Shadow of Mordor. It's quite fun. Though I do have to say there is one big issue with it, and that's that some textures take a while to pop in.
Well, that's
But I
because
think
they're
that's
using the
just-
console. That's just the console version.
No, I think it's just because of how big the game is, and my console is so adjusting to it. Not to mention it is a pre-owned disc, and it's pretty scuffed up. So
Have you ever heard the story of Donkey Kong 64? The game was actually so big that it kept crashing, and they couldn't figure out how to do it, and they decided, the N64 doesn't have enough RAM. How do we fix that? Add more RAM. So Donkey Kong 64 came with an expansion pack that added like 4 megabytes. That's megabytes, not gigabytes, of RAM to the system. I believe giving it 8 megabytes of RAM. And
it sounds very
basically there were like 3 games that required it: Donkey Kong 64, Majora's Mask, and Perfect Dark. It says it doesn't require it, but really it's sort of did. Like you couldn't play like half the game if you didn't have expansion pack.
And that's gaming history with Nate. Come back next week to hear him talk and complain about a new game called No.
no, just no.
Yeah. You want to hear more history?
So these Souls and Sanctuary episodes are just a way for us to
Talk.
talk. Okay.
talking with some mindless gameplay. Because it doesn't
In the
take-
background.
Yeah. It doesn't
In the background, with the background of my audio, you'll probably hear some orcs getting their gizzards cut out.
Then turn down
I
the
need to
volume.
play this for research purposes. Huh?
Then turn down the volume.
Okay, fine. Avoid all the important questions.
If I may mention something about the Xbox 360, your textures may be having a problem because it only has 256 megabytes of RAM. That is how many Nintendo 64s put together?
I don't know.
I think 36 about.
Dogs, be quiet.
I'm surprised that the industry was able to do so well with the Xbox 360, considering its low amount of RAM. Oh wait, did it have 512 megabytes? I don't remember. It definitely doesn't have a gigabyte though.
One thing that I have to say is kind of annoying about Shadow of Mordor is the UI for the menu. I really hate the menu UI. I really hate the setup.
Well, it depends on what version you are using.
I've played both versions. I've played the PC version and the console version.
Oh, really? When?
I actually did play a little bit of it with you, but I have played it at my other friend's house.
I enjoy the PC version.
I've got 3 hours. I got 3 hours logged in the game, and I've only gotten 12% done. Jesus.
Well, I have. Let's see. I didn't 100% the game. I'm trying to do that right now. But right now I have 24%. And that's all missions done. All main missions done.
I'm in the process of going through and doing a lot of the side stuff. I like some of the side stuff.
Yeah.
Power struggles. Those are my favorite things to intrude on. Though like I said, I've only gotten 12% into it, so I don't have all my power-ups yet. I really want to get the branding capability. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to, is just mind controlling an army. I gotta get these war chiefs out of the way first. Woo! I love jumping off the building. Though I do have to say, this game stole a lot from Assassin's Creed.
I think,
like, to the point where it's not even funny.
I don't know if it's the same publisher as Assassin's Creed.
No, it's not. I checked.
Okay.
It has they have nothing to do with Ubisoft.
Who did publish the game anyways? EA?
With
Wait, what was that?
Monolith Studios.
Huh.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm sorry guys for watching me die. It's just, there's a bit of an attack delay. And it's kind of hard to, it's hard to perfectly attack. If that makes any sense.
Also, I'm gonna bring this up again because I kind of find it interesting. Me and Structor have had concepts for a character story when it comes to Minecraft, and if we were to redo something similar to that, perhaps it would gain a lot of followers, especially since it's a Minecraft series. Those are very popular and it'll probably get us a lot of subscriptions.
Wow.
If you don't want to take part in it still, that's fine.
Well, you see,
It's about the significance as gobbing in a river.
have a goblin in a river?
Gobbing in a river. To quote Yahtzee.
I'm
But-
not sure if I like this idea.
What idea?
About gobbing in a river.
No.
Spitting in a river.
Oh, spitting. Thank you.
Yes, do it work. Dang it, I'm out of... What the...
Oh yeah. I'm sorry guys if I'm dying. It's a hard game. It is a very hard game.
I'd almost say that that Shadow of Mordor is a lot more difficult.
No, this is a very hard game. There's a bit of an attack delay. Kind of like with Dark Souls.
Ugh, that's annoying. Ooh.
But it adds so much.
Uh-huh.
So, Nate,
Yeah.
do you want to add anything about the graphics?
graphics, well, they still look very nice. I love it. I really love parallax. Like, that's another thing you see in Platypus a lot is parallax. They really did well with parallax. Like, that's another thing I really like about, like, say, Shovel Knight. Is its parallax?
No.
Because, yeah, it looks like an 8-bit game, but it adds more things to it so that it's not quite limited by the
Well,
hardware at that time.
I don't know if you've seen Shovel Knight, but there's not that much parallax.
There's a bit.
It's more... It's a lot more, retro-y.
Yeah, it still doesn't, it still wouldn't be able to, like, its equivalent on the NES would definitely not look the same.
Yeah.
Like,
Or the
the NES couldn't do parallax,
As it
or at
could.
least, I've never seen any examples of it doing that.
I don't
There
think
is
the SNES could, but don't quote me on this.
I don't remember quite. The SNES does have some decent capabilities for the time, though, like, scaling,
Ow.
which is something that, by the way, yeah, the Sega Genesis couldn't do scaling, but the Sega CD could.
The funny thing
So
is,
that's why you see that in certain Sega CD games and such. And like whenever you play, like, say, Echo Tides of Time, you see the rings in a 3D stage. Instead of getting bigger and bigger smoothly, they sort of pop in and out, frame by frame.
Well, I think that's your
So-
emulator.
No, that's definitely something that's in the game.
No,
Surprisingly, even the Sega CD version has this problem. It doesn't use the scaling capabilities of the Sega CD. It simply uses the old Genesis version of the rings.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rings.
does Undertale use parallax?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it does.
I believe it does on some parts, like with when you see the castle with Monster Kid. I don't remember quite, but yeah, again, that's another game that takes advantage of newer advances in graphics while still being a 2D game.
Yeah.
Another game I absolutely love the aesthetics for. Ain't nobody going to bash the aesthetics of Undertale around me.
Except the runes.
Well, this is kind of like our weekly podcast sort of thing, isn't it?
No, I was thinking that these episodes could go up. Or the Sultan Sanctuary episodes could go up.
Anytime we want, really.
Weekly? Every Monday?
Every Monday, that's kind of a cool thing.
So,
We
you
could.
you guys gotta think about this, you guys gotta tell me. But I think that Salt and Sanctuary will come up every Monday.
That sounds
We'll
good.
see what happens.
Sounds pretty good.
And maybe the Left 4 Dead series, which you guys should totally check out, would come up every Sunday or Saturday, whichever
Saturday.
comes first.
Yeah. It also depends on our
Yeah.
editing and uploading schedule. Might be a little iffy at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't have any editing, any really good editing software, of course, because I don't want to
Say an arm and a leg.
take out another mortgage on my house in order to buy Vegas. So I'll probably be using like Movie Maker or even the YouTube video editor. If anyone has any suggestions for good free editing software, then that would be great. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, don't mind me. I'm just brutally murdering these poor wolves. You know what? I feel kind of bad for the monsters in this game, in Sultan Sanctuary. I just go up to them. They were having a jolly old time, and I rip out their skull.
Well, at least in Shadow of Mordor, you're justified for murdering thousands upon thousands of orcs.
No, orcs are people too. You know, I'm at the orc activist group. We're called.
Sorry, they're not orcs. They're not orcs. They're Uruks.
Technically, they're orcs. Orcs
No,
don't.
they're called Uruks. That's at least what they refer to themselves as. They're like better than orcs for some reason because they're strong.
Oh.
Orcs are
I always
from,
mixed up the. I always. I remember when I was a kid watching like the Lord of the Rings movies. I was always confused about the Urukai.
the
How they were somehow different.
Okay, so I don't know. Do you know how the Urukai are different?
Yes, they are. They weren't orcs. They were uruks, which are orcs, which are. I want to say they're like they're orcs that were once elves that were super corrupted by dark magic and stuff, and then super enhanced and by Sauron, and then they became those weird red-skinned ones that are nearly indestructible.
Can I interrupt and tell you how you're wrong?
Yes, because I know I'm wrong. I'm just coming up with... Well, actually, I have some understanding it, but I'm really oversimplifying it because I'm really trying to focus on taking down this war chief.
Okay, so what the Uruks are a orc... No, what the Urukai are an orc-goblin hybrid, if I remember correctly.
Orc-elf hybrid.
No, orc-goblin hybrid.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because
I better look this up.
the regular orcs are orc-elf hybrid, not orc-kelp.
You can English.
I can English real good. We're gonna scrap this right now. I think we're gonna keep this.
Let's keep this one.
Yeah, we're doing good.
We English good, we promise, guys.
We English good.
Yeah. As long as the internet connection works, and that's good.
Yeah.
And it's not really working too well for me, but hopefully it's not, this sort of, static isn't showing up on your side.
Nah. Maybe a
Quick
bit
thing to bring up. It seems that the way we keep storing our videos that we have so far doesn't seem to work quite right whenever they're sent over to me for some reason.
Did you download them?
No, I just use them through the drive.
Oh, you have to download them first.
Well,
here's
Google
the reason
Drive
why.
may not be able to have all the videos in 1080 or so, and I think it's sort of pointless to have them in full resolution because we only have like 15 gigabytes of data in Google Drive, and we're using that up fast.
Yeah, I guess we should just, manually give it to each other, USB style.
I suppose.
So I'm not.
The
100%
sneaker nets.
here. The key is, however, now that's a different story. Perhaps you should. Oh, okay. I have to go to the sea runes where a forgotten feast festers. Alliterations. Those are horrible, horrible things, but they're amazing at the exact same time.
They're horrible for you because you can't do them
Properly.
exactly. Where the hell
Oh
is
yeah.
Jeez, I need to find the other one. Scooby-Doo.
We
Whoa!
got
I think I,
back
Or geyser or whatever.
back to Lord of the Rings for a second.
Was I right or was I wrong?
Well, I'm trying to find
What are the Urukai?
something that says like whether they're like breeds of like goblin or elf or so. I seem to remember my brother saying something about that, whether they're like elf or goblin or something.
In the
I don't
Lord of
know.
the Rings movies, they do say that it's the spawn, at least in not in Helm's Deep. In the, Moria, they state something which...
Those are Moria orcs, though. They're not
No, they aren't. There aren't Moria orcs. You do... If you read the books, or even,
I have read the books.
or...
They're being chased through the, they're being chased through Moria.
movies? The people of, Moria, they're
The
not
dwarf.
separate Moria orcs. They're Gunterbeg, or Gunterbag, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Urukai. Let's see. Urukai, they're the regular orcs. Which are awesome because of how disposable they are. There
Disposable.
are the Gunterbeg because Gunterbeg?
I don't know.
Well, they're the really mean orcs that were thought to have been destroyed but weren't.
Those sound like the orcs from this game from Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
One problem which I have with this parallax in this game is that you sometimes can't see where you're supposed to jump because they have a thing layered over it.
Oh, that's I hate that too. That's not exactly what I mean with parallax. Like having things in the foreground, that's sort of irritating. I don't understand that really. Like you'll see that a little bit in Platypus. Thankfully, they don't abuse it that much. They do it a little more in the PSP port, but nobody cares about the PSP port. Even Anthony Flack doesn't care that much for the PSP port.
What the PSP port of
Platypus.
Cave
Did
Story though?
Anthony Black create
I
it?
think Anthony Flack made Platypus.
Well,
Cave
Cave
Story
Story-
had a bunch of ports that were unofficial. Like there's an Xbox port, I think there's a PSP port, Nintendo DS port, TA84 port, a VCR port, a dishwasher
Wii U.
port,
Dishwasher.
mouse pad ports, DVD player ports. That's a fun one. But yeah, I could keep on going all day with this joke, but
How
I
long
won't.
is the
So
recording?
I'll actually look up the actual list of
How
the
long is
ports.
the recording list?
Check on Skype.
About 25 minutes.
Yeesh. Don't we have to extend the time limit on our videos if we're going to do something like that?
Well,
Yeah, it's really easy to do. You just have to confirm it with like a code that they give you.
yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
So, yeah, this has been YouTube with, no.
No. Just stop while you're behind.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm gonna stop while I'm behind.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little side video, and we'll look forward to doing another one next Monday.
Yep, so, bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.